Hey friends, Sleepy here, and welcome to a new discussion video in my series, Consoles, Games, Collecting. This is episode 14, and I got the idea for this topic from my good buddy here on YouTube, Mario. He's been a huge supporter of my channel for the past 3 years. He actually found my channel thanks to my good buddy Dean, and he's been somebody who regularly comments on my videos. Love interacting with him, really good dude. He also has a channel as well, and he always leaves such wonderful comments and insight, and I have great discussions with him about video games and gaming. He loves the similar games that I do, and he's overall a really good dude. And he recently had commented on one of my videos that I thought would make a great topic for discussion of how he's starting to cut down on buying new games because he has such a massive backlog of games to play. And with that, he kept running into the problem of replaying old games that he already beat that are keeping him from playing new games. And I thought, that would make an interesting topic. So the topic of this video is why we love to replay old games. And those replaying those old games obviously are keeping you from playing a new experience because you're devoting time to play older games that you've already beat. And I have some examples down here I'm going to share with you guys today of games that I can play many times. Like some of these games I beat multiple times over the years, and I can always find enjoyment going back and replaying them. And it just shows, how fantastic a game is that you can replay it multiple times and beat it. So you guys can leave a comment with your guys' thoughts and opinions on this discussion topic today, or maybe you guys feel like you want to film a video response. That'd be awesome as well. I'd love to check out your guys' video response. I just ask that you guys let me know about it so I can check it out, and then I'll post a link to your video response as a comment so other people can check it out. So, this topic, why do we love to play old games that we've already beat? And that is a good question. What is it that about these older games that just keep us hooked, that we want to replay and beat? Even though we have so many games we want to finish beating in our backlog or new games coming out, you keep getting drawn to these old games. And for me, it just has to do with how well the games are made. And I've got a couple here on Super Nintendo. Here's one that I couldn't tell you how many countless times I beat it and played through it. I even beat it on the Super Famicom version as well, and that is Super Mario World. This is such a classic. It was a pack-in title with the Super Nintendo and the Super Famicom. I couldn't tell you how many times I beat this game as a kid, how many times I beat this in the last several years. It's just a timeless classic that you can pick up and play anytime and enjoy the game and the story and stuff and playing Mario. Mario's the reason I got into video games on the NES. He's the reason I'm a gamer, and I absolutely loved this game, and I can go back and play it anytime. It's such a timeless classic that I beat multiple times, and I definitely will probably beat it again because it's just that good of a game. I also have the original Donkey Kong Country, which I beat this game several times on the Super Nintendo by myself a bunch of times, sometimes in co-op with my buddy. I even beat it on the Super Famicom with my buddy Grant. So I've beat this Donkey Kong Country game and the other ones multiple times, and I keep finding myself drawing back to them because they're just so well done. The visuals are still great today. The music is phenomenal. The gameplay, the characters, the story. It just draws you in that it's a fantastic game that I can still play today, but it does keep me from playing some of my new games because of how fantastic it is. Now, here's one that I like to play every year around Halloween time, and I beat it. I don't know how many times. I can't even number how many times times I beat it. It's just that many. It's the original Silent Hill for PlayStation 1. I love this game, an awesome horror game. I try to play it every year, play through. You can beat this game in 5 hours, 6 hours, especially if you know what you're doing like me, where you've played the game so many damn times, all the puzzle solutions and stuff. But I'm always drawn to it because I just loved it. It was so awesome. It's a survival horror game. You play as Harry Mason. Your daughter Cheryl gets lost in the town of Silent Hill. There's all kinds of eerie monsters and creatures. There's puzzles to solve, bosses to fight, and it has a great story to go through. And I'm always drawn back to playing through the Silent Hill games. I played all of them. I've beat all the Silent Hill games multiple times, but I'm always drawn back to this original one because this is what started the series. I absolutely loved this game. I beat it when it was first released, and I beat it multiple times. I beat it last year, and I'll probably play it again this year in Halloween time. I'm just always drawn to this. Is probably one of the games I've played the most in my collection is Silent Hill. Absolutely love it. If you've never played it before, highly recommend it. Just be warned, it is very, very expensive to get a physical copy nowadays because of the pandemic and prices and scalpers and stuff. This goes anywhere from like $100 to $300 for a copy, which sucks, but it is a fantastic game. I would definitely recommend for your collection. Another one, this is actually a series of games, but I don't have them all out, but I got one to share with you, is the Onimusha, and this is Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny. I have played a lot of the Onimusha games. I beat them all several times, and it was a fantastic story, playing as different samurais and stuff, fighting demons and stuff, and puzzles to solve. Kind of reminds me of like Resident Evil or Devil May Cry, but with zombies and demon creatures and stuff, set in the time of samurais and stuff. Really awesome. It's one that I beat, but I can go back anytime, and I'd actually like to replay this one because they did port the first Onimusha on Xbox One and PS4 and stuff, and I beat it on there. But it's been a while since I've played Onimusha 2, but this is another one of those games and series that I can replay and replay and replay because it was just done so well, and the story, the graphics, everything was phenomenal about this, and I always drawn to replaying good classics like this. Another one here is another series that I beat multiple times, and it's one I really love. It's the Gears of War. This one is Gears of War 2, which was my favorite of the original trilogy of Gears of War games. I love number 2 the most. I even have the collector's edition. I even have this special limited edition display only steelbook for it because I love it that much. I got the regular copy of the game. I played this multiplayer like crazy. I played the story multiple times. And I would love for them to do a remaster, because they did remaster Gears of War 1 for Xbox One with new visuals and new cutscenes and stuff. It was really awesome. I would love to see Gears of War 2 get that treatment, and I've loved the series ever since. And I beat the 4 Gears of War games for the Xbox 360 multiple times. I even beat Gears of War 1 on PC when I was out, and I beat it on the highest difficulty settings, and I played it co-op, and I went through playing the multiplayer a lot. It's another one of those series that I can constantly go back and replay because the stories were just that good and has me drawn back. And then the final one I'll share with you guys is one that I beat multiple times, several times on Xbox 360 and Xbox One. Also been working on playing the PS2 version of it, but that is Ghostbusters, the video game, and this is a remastered version for the Nintendo Switch. I actually own pretty much every version of the Ghostbusters game that was out because this was basically the third Ghostbusters movie that we never received, where you get to play with the original cast. All 4 Ghostbusters are here: Egon, Winston, Venkman, Ray. They're all here. All the actors came back to voice them. You know, this is before Harold Ramis passed away. They're all in there, and you play as a rookie who joins the Ghostbusters as a 5th Ghostbuster. So you get to be the player, and you get to go through the story and stuff. And I had a lot of fun with it. I played it multiple times. I'm going to play it again because I just loved it that much. It's basically like an interactive Ghostbusters 3 movie, and I'm just drawn to playing old classics. Now, there's other examples I could talk about more than just these ones here, but there's just several of them, and there's just something about wanting to replay a good game, and it's why I like having my physical collection, because I can go back and re-play these games and enjoy them again and again. You know, that's a great thing with having games that you can replay anytime. However, you know, the drawback is you keep playing these same old games. They're keeping you from tackling your backlog. Like, I know, like Mario said, he has a huge, hundreds of games long backlog to play through, and I got the similar thing, and then we keep having new games released that I want to play, and so I keep finding myself torn between the two, you know, replaying these old classics that I've beat so many times already versus, like, you know, starting on games I need to get to and new games out there. And of course, there's not enough time to play every game in the world, so you have to balance your time. But I see myself drawn between that. You know, just sometimes I just love playing these old classics. You know, like a Super Mario World. I beat it so many times, but it's so timeless that I can just replay it again and again and again. But it keeps me from playing the new games that are out there that I need to play. So I have to try to, you know, balance between playing old games and playing the new ones and tackling my backlog. But it's just a fantastic problem to have, and it really shows how special some of these older games we have that we play. Now, there's some games before I played before, and I'm kind of like, nah, I played it once, I don't need to ever play it again. It just wasn't that enticing. And then there's like some of the ones I shared with you guys, like, man, the game was so good, I gotta play it again, and I gotta play it again, and I play it over and over. And, a good game is a good game, regardless of when it was released. It was good 30 years ago, it's still good today, and I have some examples like that. And so it does keep me from playing some of the new games because of that, but I've been trying to play a lot more games, been trying to tackle my backlog a lot more the past couple of years. You guys have seen that in my weekly playlist videos that I release on Fridays, where I share the different games I've been playing. I've been trying to tackle my backlog and play games I never played before, or go back and finally complete games that I haven't played before. But you'll see a few in there of games that I had already beat that I'm replaying or something. But I've been trying to focus more on playing my backlog and newer games that are coming out, because there are some new games coming out this year that I'm looking forward to, like Alan Wake 2, the new Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2. I would like to play the Destroy All Humans remakes 1 and 2 that were released, the new Dead Space remastered remake version. Looks awesome. I love the original Dead Spaces, so I know I'll play that one multiple times. So there's a lot of new games out there that I want to play, and so I'm kind of drawn in the middle, between playing old games and playing new ones, and those old ones are keeping me from experiencing new ones, and I only have so much time in the day and so much time in my life to play games, that it is a problem that I do struggle with. But I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on this topic. Do you guys find yourself replaying old games that you beat multiple times? You just keep going back. You don't know why. You love the game so much you can replay it. And is it keeping you from playing new games? Or are you somebody that kind of just, you played the game, you beat it, and you move on to new games and new experiences, and you don't really jump back into the old ones? I'd love to know your guys' thoughts on this topic. Mario, thanks so much for the idea for this discussion topic. Always enjoy interacting with you guys and with him. If you guys would like to answer and leave your thoughts on this topic, you guys can do it by leaving a comment, or you can film a video response. I just ask, if you do film a video response, let me know about it so I can check it out. I'd hate to miss it, and then I'll post a link to your video response as a comment so other people can check it out as well. Just wanted to give you guys my thoughts on why we like to play old games, even though we have new ones, out there to play. We keep going back to some of these old classics, and I wanted to share with you guys a few examples. I didn't want to go too crazy, because I could sit here for hours and hours and hours talk about all the old games that I've replayed, but I wanted to give you a few examples of games that have kept me from playing new games and have kept me from tackling my backlog. But it is an issue that I am working on, trying to play more new games and not playing as much of my old classics that I have done in the past. But I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this topic. Take care. You guys have an amazing day, and Sleepy will see ya next time.